Action.
Hey man, welcome everybody. My name is Jason Dixon. I'm with Real Talk Jason Dixon Live. You already know what it is. We're about the real talk and about really talking about real people business, how they got there and what they do. I'm with somebody that's so great to me right now because he's from my home city. If you know me, you know I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. I never lied about it. I moved here from Texas, but I'm in Las Vegas now. But to sit with somebody how we connected from Las Vegas, but we're from the same city, know a lot of the same people, and do a lot of the same business. I got my man. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I'm going to let y'all go do what y'all do. Man, let him go.
Gentlemen and gentlewomen, K-Town Jaey. I'm an entrepreneur here in the Midwest, you know, and I just branching off to do big business with people who actually have big business, small business, and we just want to build. I want to practice group economics with a lot of people that's in and out my city. So yeah, we here building brands. My company's called K-Town Corporation. I work with a few celebrities, a few companies. I work with Freeway Rick Ross, Bud Crawford, Undisputed Champion. My guy, and yeah, we're working on a few deals, so I'm down here working on that as well.
So I'm honored for you to be here with me right now because you didn't even know what I do, and we just had a whole discussion and just connected because we're from the same city. So with that, when you say group connections and group entrepreneurship, explain that to people because they don't get it. They don't understand that. They don't. A lot of us don't get what it means to say, let's work together to really build.
Group economics that's really the only way to survive. You know, that's the only way to get over the hump. You'd only go so far doing it yourself. You know, my whole thing is to reach out and do business with good business. You know, people who want to go to the next level.
Exactly.
And we build it and then we pass it on to generational wealth. We teach our kids that, and something that we wasn't taught in school. Teaching how to go after our dreams, teaching them credit, financial literacy, all of that.
But let me ask you this question. They teach us now that financial growth and wealth and generational wealth is working for a corporation, building your brand. But we've learned over the years, if you've been through what I've been through, you learn that it's not about what we think it is.
Absolutely.
So what do you define as generational wealth? Because they're trapping our culture into what they want us to believe it is.
You know, the system is kind of hard to get around. The system when it's programmed, but you have to just govern your own family. You start with your own. It's hard to save the world, right?
Yeah.
But I mean generational wealth by starting with your sisters, your mom, your family, you know, passing them on teachings, the things that you wasn't taught.
Re-education.
You know, re-education, not only just, you know, with finances and credit, but some of the things that we see now as entrepreneurs in the business. We're starting to see a lot of artists, a lot of A&Rs and executives. Everyone's going out on their own, starting their own business.
Why? Why do you think that is, though?
Because they see that the machine, they see they can do it themselves. Technology. The technology is one thing.
Y'all heard them though, right?
The technology.
It's something that we've been preaching since we were young.
Since day one, since Nipsey Hussle, I give a shout out to Nip, I give a shout out to Yo Gotti, I give a shout out to Jay-Z, all the ones who believed in that program without the labels, you know, because a lot of people just didn't want to put in their own money.
And so, with that being said, you know, I told you a little bit of my story. I grew up in Omaha, but I wasn't really behind the music scene. I grew up with a lot of people we know together, the Pocket Pete's, the people who started the music scene in Omaha.
Absolutely.
And I wasn't that person. I grew up next door to them. I went and saw them record. I saw what they do now, but I'm like, they were so far above their time. What do you think is the difference right now that if they would have had those triggers back then, I think Omaha would have been big on the map because everybody already understands that they make their money through that city.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think it's just being able to adapt. You know, Pocket Pete and them, the good associates of mine, they started before me.
Yep.
But I came out shortly after them. We was one of the first labels. Straight Ballin' Records had the first visuals in Omaha.
Yes.
Like we didn't have the first.
Now
music.
I do know that. I do know that.
We was on Video Diversity.
Yes.
And I remember BT Uncut. So we had visuals in there when a lot of the other artists
Which is
had the music and performing, but I have to give it up to Sleep Dog and some of my mentors, you know, who had the business and the entrepreneurship to take us to the next level. Because we was kids, we didn't know
to see something outside of what you guys said, right?
I just wanted to be the best in the city. I didn't care about no money. I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to do the talent shows and prove that we can compete with the best in the city.
And that's huge, right? At the end of the day, that's huge when you talk about where we're from.
Absolutely.
Because we're not from a Dallas. We're not from a Chicago. We're not where music was big. It's not where we're from. Right?
Music wasn't big, and it still isn't as big because we don't have hip hop. But we do have people. We have a big music background in Omaha.
Yeah.
Jazz is huge.
Yeah, jazz, country.
Esther Dean grew up in Omaha. Even though she's not from Omaha, she grew up there. We went to school together. She's one of the top songwriters in the industry right now. We have King ISO right now. He's signed to Strange Music. Myself, I had a situation with Empire, GT Digital and Empire, you know, and working with other artists outside on the label. So it's a few people.
That's why I wanted to attach, to show that
Absolutely.
Just because we're not what we consider Vegas or LA, but these little small towns, right? The little small towns that we think that people think don't attach so big, we actually are major players in a game that where the pond looks this big is really this small, right?
Right. You got to check the analytics. You know,
Yes.
if you do your homework, you could have an opinion and think one thing. They watch too much TV, belly and all that other shit. But when you check the numbers and analytics, you see that Omaha sells out when it comes down to ticket concert tickets, events. The World Series is there now every year. So it's
even the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
we've got the new arena because of that.
Exactly. The steel house is just being built there. So
yeah,
Warren Buffett there. Wherever he moves to, I'm going. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's one thing I do pride my life on.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
Oracle.
If the biggest person that makes more money than everybody in the world is there, you need to move.
He knows something. He knows something. Like the other place you might want to move to be famous.
Exactly.
I never cared about being famous directly. I just wanted to have the budget. I didn't care about the fame.
And I think that's
much.
coming from a small town. We're like, we don't care about the fame. We want to make the budget to make sure our family is great, right? That's
Absolutely.
just what that comes from. So tell the people about who you are.
Absolutely.
And how you built yourself to get to where you are. Because like you said, you touch base with a lot of people. I left from there to build this, but you built it right where we were. And had I understood how to do that, I probably would have never left, because everybody wants to build up their city.
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to leave though
to get it back.
And that's what I did. Like I took the advantage to go wherever my money took me. I networked. I went to different events. I networked with celebs such as Big Percy on his True Legacy brand. I worked with people in and out of town, GT and Empire on music. I also worked with other artists bringing in events to the city.
Right.
Like I brought in Keisha Cole, Freeway Rick Ross. Like when you know what I did when I started as a kid doing the music. Once my manager took us through so many shows and I evolved into being my own boss, I just ran with it from there and just kept going. It's like anybody else would do if they really want to go to that next level. I just kept it going, bro. Just never took no for an answer. Just kept networking. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Hey, I say the same thing.
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
So that's where we connect, because I say that.
You can put me anywhere. You can put me anywhere. And I'm going to come
and
out with something.
I'm going to make money.
So yeah, a lot of times people say things about the city, never been to the city, but I've been to their city. Like I've been to Dallas, I done been to California, I done been places, and sometimes it's not what you think it is in some places, because you know it's real and fake everywhere you go. But so I done networked.
But that comes. Let's just agree.
It comes with the territory.
That comes with any business. I don't care
Absolutely.
what platform you're on, what you think you do, what you think you do better than anybody else.
They see that now. They see it with Bud, especially.
It comes with the platform.
Bigger don't always mean better.
Yeah. When you climb that mountain, people coming because they want to be on the top of that mountain. So what you thought was your friends, what I learned when I left Omaha in the years that I left, and I started building, I learned that when I came back and tried to bring it to the city, they weren't ready. They were calling me and they were like, oh, I'm trying to be this artist and I'm trying to move. But when I put the money in front of them and said, look, but you got to pay for this and you got to pay for that. You got to do this. I don't care what anyone says, and maybe you agree with me or you don't, but money is what moves.
You gotta have a budget. Once you understand business and understand, especially that's what independent is. No matter if you're a filmmaker, you're an artist, they're looking for somebody to give something to them.
Yes.
They still stuck in that 90s, 2000 shit.
Like somebody about to drop you 200.
Yeah, 200,000, yeah, a million off of your what you look like and your swag.
Exactly.
They still think that because that's just from people who never left the city and did business outside the city.
And understood that.
And that's why they on the treadmill. They running, they going fast, but they ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
So I tried to tell them. A few people can tell them, but they're one of the cities who will branch on and latch on to you once you make it. They don't build you while you're there.
Right.
Even though I have
and I gotta say, that's not just music. That's
anything.
Any business in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, we don't have a big
Yeah.
small business, especially in our culture, there anymore. It used to be there, but a lot of people, moved out. Yep. A lot of people understood the economy and the dynamics wasn't for us and the culture, so they moved and went and found better.
Yeah.
So it's really only a few there that's still trying to build things. Yeah, and there's other people from everywhere else coming in, tearing down the projects, getting real estate, getting in on the American
So how
dream.
do you think we change that though? Because I'm coming from the same position you coming at. And what I've been thinking the last couple of years, I just talked it over with a bunch of my team. I went back and I saw the abandoned homes and abandoned houses. And I'm telling my team, like, let's go buy these up. How do you think we change? Because you're there more than I am. How do we change that dynamic? How do you think we change it?
I think we change the dynamic by simply just the way that the world and country is ran. You put a few heads together that have the resources, and everybody else is drowning themselves out because all they doing is talking anyway.
Yep.
They have no resource. They have nothing.
And that's
they'll run the social media to say something.
And
right?
that's the biggest thing I wanted to say, because when I tried to come in and I tried to talk with people and like, hey, we can change this. This is what we can do. When I started flipping homes, I'm like, man, let's take some of these houses. Let's build them up. Let's do this. You guys want to increase your income, then put income with me. I'm not saying put in 100%. I'm saying put $2,000 in.
Match the budget. Something. I get that problem so much. And that's one thing you got to know about the city. A lot of those people do not want to invest into themselves for their career. They looking for a handout, a label, some likes. They want to try to tear you down to bring their situation back up. How's that working for y'all? Matter of fact, just to say that, how's that working for y'all? Just want to put that out there. How's that shit working for y'all? Especially
I'm with him 100% because he's from my town, so he knows.
I'm telling y'all directly, talking. Like I ain't just talking. I'm just and I always told him whenever I go anywhere, I tell the truth about the city. I'm from the city. I'm going to tell the hard truth, and they know me.
Tell me just so we can wrap this up. Tell me. I know I'm grateful for you being down here for Pimping Ain't Dead. I'm grateful that you were a part of the movie.
Thanks
I
for
know
having
you
me,
came down, and we're grateful for that. So you're going to be on the big screen because this is our next movement. You saw how we do our movies.
Absolutely.
But what I want to know is what's the next step for you? Like I know we're about to do some stuff that we're talking about, but what's the steps outside of that your next move is?
My next moves are right now working with different entertainers, athletes, and celebrities, trying to get them endorsement deals. Working with artists, trying to take people who have a brand and take it to the next level.
Right.
So I'm working with
y'all heard them.
Yeah.
Small or large, your brand is worth something. And if you're not paying attention, right? Because I work with a lot of artists. Like I gave you my whole lineup, and we won't do that again. But I know where I started helping artists and helping companies and helping brands. And I'm sitting back like, but y'all want to go listen to the guy over in the corner that keeps y'all in the same categories.
Right. Me, I work different. I'm going to be blunt with you. I got the connections, the A-list agents. If you got the budget and you ready to move, holla at me. Other than that, I ain't going to waste your time. Yeah, I'm not going to waste your time.
I'm not like him because I'm that person that says, even if you got the budget, my thing about it is if you don't want to listen, I ain't talking.
That too, absolutely. Yeah, it ain't just about money. That's what starts the conversation. But we have to like you. We have to be able to build with you.
I have to know because that comes a part of it.
You have to be likable.
You have to be.
People are not going to put opportunities on your table if they think that you know everything or you're not easy to work with.
Right.
Especially when you're not there yet. You on the way up.
And you
so how can you have an attitude like you there? like you there. So once you bring yourself down to reality, you know, and then if you have a little something, we'll match whatever you have. We'll match your energy, we'll match your budget, and then we'll go from there. That's what we on. That's what we on.
When somebody comes to you as an artist, I want y'all to understand and be like, hey, I heard your music, I like it. And then you turn around and act like you the thing in the city, we don't really care about your city. I'm just being honest with you. Because I can show you how to make money as an artist, just like I'm sure my man can. As an artist, you can make money without ever signing a deal, without ever signing a distribution deal. It's so many ways, and we see this, and I know you see it just as much as I do. There's people making money that you don't even know about. I ran across.
That's a generation. They think that you have to be the most viral, the most popular. There's people we don't know who's rich off of this shit.
Right.
So if you're a real entrepreneur, you just find whatever works for you
and make it.
And the brand. And Michael Jordan made more money off the court than he did on court.
On court, but he played basketball every day.
He played basketball every day. The endorsement. So I got out of the rapper mentality and mindset a long time ago and got into the A&R shit and started believing in the business. You know, so that's what I'm working on. We got to keep the business going, y'all. When you come to the table, be more of a businessman than an artist. That's what's going to open the door. Show that you bring value to any relationship, personal or business, and people might take you serious. They just might take you serious.
Right. So with that, man, we're going to close out. I thank you for being here with me today.
Man.
But I need you to tell them people how to find you, where you at, all your platforms. I need that before we go out of here.
Absolutely. It's simple. My platforms is K-Town Jaey. That's K-Town, Jaey. Instagram, everything on all social media platforms, K-Town Jaey, and I have several accounts there. So once you see one, you'll see the other one. The K-Town Jaey. Follow me from Northside Omaha and the Blast shit, representing myself. Terrence Bud Crawford, TBC, and my guys stand up. Let's move.
So with that being said, guys, welcome to Real Talk with Jason Dixon on WCLV.FM. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. My man engineer, Cap, I love you too, bro. Let's take it out of here.
Absolutely.